Aristotle's The Nicomachean Ethics is one of the most important works on philosophy and morality. It is not a normal storybook with a plot and characters. Instead, it is an in-depth discussion of morality, virtue, and the search for eudaimonia, which is often translated as happiness or flourishing. This summary tries to pull out the main ideas and lessons from Aristotle's magnum work in a way that is interesting and easy to understand for everyone. At the center of the Nicomachean Ethics is the question, what is the point of life in the end? Aristotle says that all of our acts, whether we are aware of them or not, are aimed at something we think is good. He says that this top good is eudaimonia, which is a state of living well and doing well. The idea of virtue, or arete, which is often translated as excellence, is at the heart of Aristotle's ethical theory. He says that virtue is a tendency to do the right thing, a state that is balanced between two extremes. This idea, also known as the doctrine of the mean, says that moral ideals lie between not doing enough and doing too much. For example, courage is a trait that falls between recklessness and being afraid. Aristotle also says there are two kinds of virtues, moral and intellectual. Courage and kindness are two examples of moral traits that can be learned through practice and habit. Wisdom and understanding are two intellectual traits that can be learned through teaching, experience, and time. Another important idea in the Nicomachean Ethics is the role of reason in doing the right thing. Aristotle said that our ability to think is what makes us different from other animals and lets us make morally good decisions. In the end, honor is about finding a good balance between too much and too little. Aristotle also talks about friendship, which he calls philia. He says there are three kinds of friendship: those that are useful, those that are fun, and those that are good. Friendships that are useful to each other are made for sensible reasons, while friendships that are fun for both people are based on having fun together. The best kind of friendship is one in which both people value each other's good qualities and try to help each other. In his talk, Aristotle gives practical tips on how to become morally good. He says that virtuous actions must be planned, come from a strong and stable character, and be done for their own sake rather than to get something from the outside. Even though Aristotle focuses on the virtues of the person, he does not ignore the role of society. He stresses how important a well-organized governmental system is for raising good people. In this way, personal ethics and political theory are very similar. At the end of the Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle talks about contemplation or theoria. He says that thinking about the most profound facts all the time is the best way to live because it fits with our rational nature and is the most self-sufficient form of eudaimonia. In short, the Nicomachean Ethics is a deep look at what it means to live a good life and be morally good. Aristotle gives a realistic and logical way to act morally, focusing on balance, reason, and the search for higher truths. Even though it was written over 2,000 years ago, Aristotle's ethics still have a lot to teach us about human nature, morality, and the search for a happy life. The Nicomachean Ethics is a great source of philosophical understanding and timeless wisdom, whether you are a student of philosophy or just want to learn more.